Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Mighty number 9, grabbing the Dashing Star achievement. This is to complete any stage without holding a single direction for longer than a second. What this means is you are pretty much limited to just the jump and dash buttons for movement. You can still use the D-pad, however, you can only use it for quick turns, but you can't use it to move essentially. So what you want to basically do is you want to try to jump as high as possible and just keep dashing to get past the first screen. Once you get to the second screen, make sure you hit start to skip the cutscene, of course, and then just keep dashing. Just jump and dash to get past the boxes and the next truck, and then on to the next screen. So you are given our tutorial fight here. Make sure you use the Mega Buster, quickly kill him, and then Zell absorb him. Quickly grab the health pack and then dash across as fast as you can to avoid the exploding bridge. Then I recommend switching over to Mighty number 5's weapon and making sure you kill enemies from a distance and then just dashing across to Zell absorb them. Remember to kill enemies one at a time and never ever let them get behind you. So that is the key to doing this stage without taking too much damage. Other than that, just move on carefully. Make sure you kill the dumpster guys before you try to get over them, or else you will get some bad knockback. Being knocked into this pit is really bad, so what you want to do is you want to make sure you take out the second dumpster guy from across the bridge, and then you just want to dash across safely. Then you are going to get to this part. Don't go too far. Make sure you take out the flying enemies and let the bridge explode. Then you want to switch over to Mighty number 6's weapon, which can be very useful in this situation because you can just float down instead of jumping. So just use it and propeller forward, and then once you hit the underneath of the highway, just dash across. If you end up taking a hit here from the flying enemies and get stuck underneath these boxes, remember you can jump and then constantly dash in order to get upwards. Once you get to this part, this is quite possibly the hardest part of the stage, which is the ladder. So basically what you want to do is you want to first dash enough to get yourself in position. Remember, you can still use the D-pad or analog stick as long as you tap a direction to turn or to move slightly. Other than that, climbing the ladder is very difficult because what you have to do is you have to jump, tap up, and then you have to keep doing that until you ascend the ladder. Be very careful when doing it. You have to do it in a rhythm or else you will fall off the ladder. But if you keep up at it, you should be able to make it up the ladder doing it like that. So pretty much up A, up A, up A in that sequence, and you should be able to make it up the ladder without voiding the achievement. Take your time when it comes to the Crescendo. Once you take out an enemy, you want to dash towards the edge of the screen. Then you want to flick the opposite direction in order to quickly turn around. Be very careful not to accidentally hold the button or else you will end up walking and then void the achievement. So if you do have to do any horizontal movement, make sure it's via dashing. Other than that, just make sure you take out enemies from the edge of the screen and then you should be good for this part. Be a little careful to not let them surround you because you will take a ton of damage. However, there is a health pack after this, and remember you can jump to knock out the aerial enemies, so don't worry about having one get stuck on top of the screen. So once you're done, you have to clear the next gap. This one isn't too difficult. Just jump and dash, or you can use Mighty number 6's weapon. But make sure you grab that health pack to refill our weapon energy. Next up is a pretty linear hallway. This one's pretty easy. Just make sure you take out the trash can guys one at a time. We're using Mighty number 5's weapon. Take out the dumpster guy, and then try to jump high and then land on that ledge. Because if you miss that ledge, you're going to have to turn around, which can get a little tight in that little crevice. The first set of gate guys isn't too hard. Once again, just make sure you take them out from a distance. Once you get here, make sure you tap down and then A to drop down. You have to do it one at a time or else you will mess up the achievement. So be very slow on that. And then the next set of gate guys, same thing. It's a linear hallway. Just stand far back and then take them out from a distance. Or if you have the health, you can also take through, but be a little careful with that knockback. So once you get past this part, you have the next hard part in the game, which is this set of jumps as well as the ladder. So what you want to do is you want to press A to jump, and then you have to flick right to grab onto the ledge, which can be a little tricky, but as long as you do it one ledge at a time, you shouldn't miss it. The hard part is turning in midair after this jump. So I recommend jumping and then flicking left and then hitting the dash button to make this platform. Then you have another ladder with an enemy on top of it, which once again you have to do up A, up A, up A until you get to the top. Then you have to quickly flick right to turn, and then you have to shoot, and then hopefully you can kill the gate guy. So once again, I recommend using Mighty number 5's weapon. If you get knocked off, you just have to realign yourself by flicking the direction one at a time. So as you can see right here, it's going to inch forward instead of holding to walk. and then you just need to repeat our strategy to get up the ladder. So you might get stuck on this part for a few minutes depending on you, but be very, very careful. Just keep going up slowly, and eventually you should be able to finally kill the guy. And once again, I recommend using Mighty Number 5's weapon, but this is honestly only the really hard part of the game because it's a jump right after a ladder segment. So as you can see right here, it's just a matter of hitting the gate guy. So once you launch off one of the missiles, make sure you detonate it as quick as possible so you can hit him. And then once the coast is clear, just dash across. Then you just want to take out the other 2 gate guys from a distance. With this part, you have to be a little careful. You need to mind the dash distance, so be a little careful not to over dash or under dash, or else you will fall into the spikes. But once you clear the 2 set of spikes, the rest of the stage is really easy. Just grab the ledge, and then if you miss, just keep jumping and dashing until you can clear it. Slide underneath, and then ready Mighty Number 7's weapon. The boss fight can be a little tricky since you can't turn around, so make sure you try to be as quick as possible with your slashes. If you do have to turn around, remember to just flick the direction and then just try to be in front. Make sure you Zell Absorb, and be very careful when you Zell Absorb because you will end up under the boss a lot of times and take unnecessary damage. But remember, if you do need to change directions, make sure you're very quick about it and make sure you do it with only 1 flick. Once the boss goes down, you should be good for the achievement. It's going to be for 15 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.